Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be paying tribute to a man of whom has affected lives in the millions. You ask artists today, such as Rihanna or Tim McGraw or any country artist, I'm sure in general, in every artist in the music industry, you ask them about this individual and they automatically know, okay, he shaped the music industry. Like, he is the one that everyone looks at. And this gentleman is named Johnny Cash, and I'm sure all my classmates have heard of him. If you haven't heard any of his music, he was a very, very dark individual, but at the same time, he was able to shed light in so many people's lives. And his dark sound, just the sound of his voice, you can just feel your body, I don't want to say tremble, but you can just feel every bit of you inside just, it's affecting you in some way. And it's incredible how a voice can do that, and you don't see that often in the music industry anymore. And so when I'm getting to talk about this, I want to relate his situations to his actual character. Johnny was a very caring person. He just had a very intense way of showing it. He never did a concert without wearing black. I mean, he could be singing the happiest song and he would be in all black. And that was just how he was. But reading different interviews and hearing about how he truly treated people, you wouldn't think that they were one and the same people. And so his character, he had a very good heart. And I think he had a good heart all along, but I believe that his struggles and his frustrations throughout his life definitely opened his eyes to the true purpose that he could fulfill. During his time in the music industry, one of his high points, it was at his high point that he reached his absolute lowest. And he got involved with alcohol and drug addictions. I remember reading a story, and it's also in the movie Walk the Line, with Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon. And it's the part where he's doing a concert, and this was when he was real big. He was doing a concert, and beforehand he had taken so many pills, and drank so much alcohol prior to the concert to ramp himself up, and it caused him to basically lose it on stage. Like, he got destructive and he started throwing equipment, he started kicking the speakers, and basically frightened every single fan that was in that room. And so that spread like wildfire, and his career basically came to a halt. He had lost himself, and people around him saw that, and they were concerned, but they didn't know what to do exactly. And it was then that after his tour had ended, he basically shut everything out. I remember reading this, he went out into the forest and found a cave and went in there, and his plan was to basically end his life. He was done. There was no purpose for him. What was he doing? He was a nothing in his eyes. And afterwards, he came out in an interview and said the Lord spoke to him and reminded him that, your life is not over, it has just begun, type of thing. You have the ability to impact so many lives around you, and it's with your testimony and the way that you can carry yourself after this. You're not done yet. Like, you have a purpose. And so after that, his eyes were opened. He married a woman after his divorce, a few years back. He married a woman by the name of Jean Carter, and she wasn't the one that absolutely changed his life, but she was there, encouraging the most positive change that he could experience. And so them working together, it opened his eyes back to who Johnny Cash was. You know, his dream of music. He had a passion for music. He's always had a passion for music. His mom used to play hymns before bed, and she used to sing to him and play the guitar for him. And he remembered that. He remembered where it all started and where it all came from. And so after his low point, he basically, you know, he put others first. Like, he wanted his testimony to shine a light for others around him. During one of his lower points, he tried smuggling drugs across the border from Mexico to the United States, and he got busted and was put in jail. And so after he finally, you know, snapped out of it and found himself again, he started going to Folsom Prison to sing concerts for these prisoners. And it was really cool. I read something the other day, and Merle Haggard was one of those prisoners. And Merle Haggard was a huge country star after Johnny Cash. And so Johnny Cash influenced so many lives that otherwise, where would they be now? Type of thing. Where would they have been? And today, he still lives on. Like, when he passed away, Tim McGraw made a comment, as well as Dixie's Tricks, as well as George W. Bush, even. You know, they said he's an American icon that no matter what day it is, someone will know who Johnny Cash is. And they will always know who Johnny Cash is. His music will live on forever and will continue to impact. I know personally that his music not only just, it expresses who he was, but it expresses the true nature of music and how music, it expresses your emotions and your frustrations and your thoughts. And personally, me being absolutely in love with music, music is an incredible thing. It is able to impact yourself and your entire being in every aspect. And Johnny Cash definitely did that through his music. No matter how difficult the journey was, he fulfilled it up to the very end. And even today, his name lives on, and I believe it will forever live on. Thank you. Bye-bye.